And I am here for another week, welcoming you to Astrology. Join me on this journey to get a brighter day with Vedic astrology to guide you over the sea of life. We are dealing with the week beginning August 26th to September 1st, 2021 for your weekly reading of Tarot and Patra. As always, I ask you to visit zedamastrology.com, share, sign up, subscribe. You'll get your Patra readings, your tarot spreads, your runes, chakras for you, crystals, personalized and customized reports. I await your visit. So, the week beginning August 26th, we see Mars and Sun are still in Leo, and Sun is in Magha and Mars is in Purva Palguni, and it tells us that Mars is combust. Mars action and Mars passion is hidden by the Sun. Mars probably might feel a bit lethargic, so if you feel that you don't want to do anything this week, then this is the reason why. If you feel that no matter what you start you can't finish it, it might be because Mars is being overshadowed by Sun right now. It's combust. And then we have Venus and Mercury in Virgo, and Virgo is the home of Mercury, and Mercury is in Uttara Palguni beginning 26th of August, and that is a Sun nakshatra, so that again your speech can be illuminated. You might say what you don't want to say, and you are very comfortable here because this is your home. Mercury is the home of Virgo, so that you would find that you might be comfortable and you may not watch what you're saying, but do you want everybody to hear what you have to say at this point in time? Is that your goal? Is that your incentive? Is that your motivation? Venus is there, but remember, Venus is debilitated in Virgo, so that beautification or elegance that you may want in your speech may not be there, and it depending on the strength, as I always say, the Shadbala of the planets and the grahas, you would know what these planets are going to do for you the week beginning August 26th. And we still have Saturn here in Shravana Nakshatra, Jupiter is in Dhanishta, Neptune is in Purva Bhadrapada, just about crossing the line between Aquarius and Pisces. Uranus is in Bharani, Ketu is Anuradha, Pluto is in Uttara Ashada, and Rahu is in Rohini. So that not too many changes have been happening on this side of the sign. The changes are happening on this quarter of the sign, so that you need to know where your ascendant is and what these zodiac sign, what houses they represent, what bhavas they represent, so that you can target where these feelings and where your speech may be affected, where you have to understand who you're speaking to and why the luxuries and your vehicles and your assets may not be working for you at this time. Mars is there combust, and Venus is debilitated, and Mercury is in his own home. So we go to the tarot spread, and I always like to do things differently. I don't like to be bored, and I don't like to bring routine and boredom to you who has subscribed and listened and acknowledged. And this card just jumped out at me. That's the Queen of Wands, and I'm just putting it aside because I am not sure what will that mean for us in this spread, and I'm dealing with the go-to spread that I normally deal with, the Tetractys. So here we go, and let us see the first card that we are going to choose from this pack today. Oh wow, King of Cups. So the foundation card is the King of Cups, and what does the King of Cups tell us? We'll find out. The next card is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. The following we get the Magician. My goodness, the Magician. And here we have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Oh my, Death. So something is coming to an end. Death. following card is the High Priestess. So something is coming to an end, and we have a lot of external forces with us this week. The next card we have is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Let us see the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Six of Cups. Six of Cups. And our final card for this tetractys spread is the Five of Swords. My goodness. Totally new and totally different energies here. Let us see what are the energies that are surrounding this spread. We start with the Chakra Wisdom card. Let us see what that Chakra Wisdom card, oh, well, it just wants to come out at me. And that card is Bittersweet. Bittersweet. And we have had this card coming up in the last couple of months, and it just tells us that probably our lessons or our pain hasn't really completely gone as yet. You know, we still have that bittersweet feeling. And now we are looking at, let's see, the card that is coming out here for us for this reading. And that card is, let us see, oh, Pluto. Planet Pluto. My goodness, the planet of rebellion, the planet of the underworld, the planet of obsession. My goodness. Let us see what is the element that we are going to deal with in this week beginning August 26th. And the element that we are going to deal with is water. Water. So, King of Cups and water. A lot of emotions are going to be happening. King of Cups and water. My goodness. So let us see now. What is the bhava that we are going to deal with this emotion and this logical and stable person? The King of Cups, who has his feet in the water, who is logical, who is stable, who is functional. What house is he going to organize for us this week? The 11th house. The house of networking, the house of communication, the house of income and gains. My goodness, this is interesting. And we are back to those unwieldy cards for the deities that are really bigger than my hands. So let us see if I can give it a good shuffle and see where we go from here. Let us give it a good shuffle. It's so unwieldy, but those are the cards that give me comfort. Those are the cards that, you know, speak to me in terms of the deities and their energies and the alignment of the Tarot and the Patra reading for me, especially in my astrology work. And the deity that we are looking at for this week is Sri Radha. And Radha is the wife of Lord Krishna. So it's all about love and unity. Love and unity. That is the deity and the passion. So let's see what this brings us for this week. For this spread for the week beginning August 26 begins with the King of Cups. And this is the foundation, meaning that this is where our focus is supposed to be. You know, we need to be sensitive and intuitive about family, home, and you know, all that matters to us, that pings on our emotions. And is it that our focus, our emotions are focused on home? Is that it? Or is it focused on work? Is it focused on someone in particular? You know, what are we focused on? What is our emotions focused on? That will be the foundation for us making decisions and taking action for this week. And the King of Cups is a peaceful and happy person. He, you know, he has this lightness about him. He's smiling. He has his feet in the water. He's sitting on his throne. He has the Neptune signature here, where Neptune is the king of the sea, and Neptune, you know, is right now is in Purva Bhadrapada, in that nakshatra. So what does this all mean? What does Purva Bhadrapada deal with for you? Which house is Purva Bhadrapada in your chart? You know, in Aquarius right now, the natural 11th house Which house is that for you? Because the natural 11th house deals with income gains, networking, communication, you know, that kind of circle, your social circle. But Purva Bhadrapada is a Jupiter owned nakshatra, and that nakshatra gives you a kind of a sacrifice and the ability to lend support. So that with this King of Cups, are you going to lend support to family, friends, work, strangers? Whom are you going to lend support to? And then you also have an inability with your emotions here to let go of the past. So what are you holding on from the past? Where is your emotions centered in the past? Sometimes you need to let go, and this is an Ugra nakshatra, where your emotions can become very ugly for you and for others, so that you need to take note of that and understand that the foundation, what is it going to be for you, positive or negative? The Knight of Wands holds the position of what is the cosmic forces reaction to your state of being, to your being this emotional but logical and reasonable, your being the King of Cups as the foundation for this week. And that is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands signifies a breakthrough. You advance with energy, with optimism, with creativity, and you are courageous. And remember, we have Mars and Sun in Leo this week, and Mars and Sun may not give you all the courage because Mars is combust, but at least you have that thought in your head. Your emotion is based on your courage, so that you will see progress and success on the way. That is what the cosmic forces reaction to you in this reading is. They are guiding you and telling you, be brave, go forth. Go forth and prosper. Go forth and be successful. That is what the Knight of Wands is in this reading for you. It's just a detailed view of the Knight of Wands and the characteristics and themes surrounding it, and it's just showing you that the graha of the card is Sun. The element is fire, Agni. The zodiac sign is Leo, which I spoke about in terms of Sun and Mars, and it's a fixed fire because they have the passion, they have the illumination. It's not going to fade away at all. It's not going to just be diminished or extinguished. And the chakra here is the Arjuna Chakra, which is all about your third eye, your intuition. So again, it leads back to the King of Cups, the foundation, where you have to be sensitive about your emotions, where you have to be sensitive and intuitive about family matters and family issues. And is that your focus? The Knight of Wands or the cosmic forces wants you to realize where you are going to put this fire, how you are going to do it, and why, for the week beginning August 26th. And what is the cosmic forces guiding you in this light versus dark analysis? It is the Magician. And the Magician tells you that, hey, you have many talents and skills, and you can create anything you wish, so that you can be guided that, should there be negativity for you this week, that you have the talent to pull yourself up, as we say, by the bootstraps. But not only that, you have the innate talent and skills to be successful. You have the innate and talent and skill to create anything that you wish. So do you want to create an emotionally stable home, or do you want your emotions to be stable about your work or about any issues that are surrounding your family or work? You can do it because you have the skills and ability to do it. If you want success, create something new. Don't be stagnant. Let us be whom God created us to be for the week beginning August 26th. The Magician is there to guide you. Of the Magician card just tells us and guides us that the graha of the card is Mercury, which is all about communication, speech, and Mercury takes on the attributes of any planets that are close to it, because that is who Mercury is. Mercury is to reason and observe. And here Mercury is, remember, Mercury is in his own home right now in Virgo. So that Mercury is very strong. So is it that our emotions are going to come through our speech? You know, the sign of Mercury in this instance is Gemini, and Gemini has a dual personality. And what does that mean? It can go either way because the element here is air. Just as the wind blows, that is where our emotions are going to be. So if we are aware of it, we can put a check on it, because do we want to be negative or positive? Is it that our speech is going to hurt someone, or is it that our speech is going to deal with the emotional issues that we ourselves have? What are the emotional issues that we have to deal with for us to be happy and you know, stable and steady and be the King of Cups? Where should we go and what should we do for this week? Where is Gemini for you in your Kundali? You know, and again, the divinity of this chakra, the Vishuddha chakra, which is all about your throat, what comes out of your mouth, you know, is the divinity of this is Lord Brahma. And remember, Brahma in the Trimurti is the creator. So that we need to create something from our speech for us to have that success, for us to have that stability, for emotions to be good and happy and great and bring, you know, joy to our lives, to bring a foundation for us to deal with our emotions, whichever way the wind blows. The next three cards in this Tetractys spread deals with the spiritual forces that destroys, sustains, and creates. And we have already spoken about Lord Brahma, who is the creator. Remember, Lord Shiva is the destroyer and Lord Vishnu is the sustainer. So that these are the elements that we're going to be looking at. And in terms of the Ace of Cups, which sits in the destroyer position this week, you know, what is the Ace of Cups about? Ace of Cups is about emotional growth, you know, a new beginning. All the aces talk about new beginning. And the Ace of Cups in the destroyer position tells us that if we do not open ourselves to new things or open ourselves to the emotions that we need to confront or understand, then we may not get what we want, because it will destroy us. You know, if we hold that in and let it fester and grow, we will not have the emotional growth that we need to destroy the things that needs to be removed for us to move forward. So that is the lesson of the Ace of Cups in this reading. Ace of Cups, you know, in its detailed format from my research, in that again here you have the divinity of the chakra. Here is Lord Shiva. The chakra is the Muladhara chakra, which is the root or the base chakra. So the root of our issues is that we do not let go of our emotions, or that we are holding it in, and that festers and grows into something that we need to destroy. You know, it is the crystal for the Ace of Cups is the abalone shell, and it's a seeker crystal, you know, that so that we need to seek out new openings, new beginnings, the growth, rebirth that we have to understand to get security. We have to open to giving and not receiving, you know, give without expecting anything in return. Growth emotionally is where you need to be, and this is just confirming that for this reading. God in this reading holds the position of sustainer. What do we need in our life to be balanced? And clearly it's telling you that you have to let go of something. Something must come to an end. This is not physical death. It is death that takes you to a next level. And the King of Cups in the emotional sensitivity and intuitive position in the foundational tract in this reading tells you that you need to become someone who can have control of his or her emotions. You need to progress to that next level. The Ace of Cups just told you that it's emotional growth. You know, you have to open yourself to new things. And the Death card tells you that that is how you get a balanced life. That is where the spiritual forces will help you to get a balanced life. And the Graha of this card, Mars, is in the element of water, Jala, and the zodiac sign is Scorpio. which is fixed, so that we need to stabilize our emotions. We need to understand that we need to create that emotional growth, because that is the divinity of the chakra, Lord Brahma, and the chakra is the Manipura chakra, the solar plexus. So sometimes you just say, you feel it in your belly, you feel it in your guts. What do you feel? This is what you need to understand about yourself, to let go, to grow, and have death play its part as the sustainer to bring balance in your life. So how do we look at death in this reading? We look at death as all our activities or all our emotional output will bring us renewal and personal growth. That is how we have to look at death in this reading. Okay, for all the talk of emotional growth and renewal and death and King of Cups, how do you do it? What is the actions that will drive you? How do we explore what drives us to be the King of Cups? The High Priestess, in the position of creator, of creating this pathway for us, tells us that she has the answer, but it's a secret to us right now. It's not available to us. And that we probably have to hold on and work steadily and fastidiously and productively to get that answer. Because the High Priestess is all about secrecy. The matters are unclear as to how we are going to do that. Is it that the house or the planets right now are affecting us? Which bhava holds all these secrets for us? That is not clear yet in this week. So that let's move on. Let's understand that our emotions are playing a part. Let's understand that something has to come to an end, that there are new beginnings for us to bring success. The innocent babe at her knee gives that purity to our actions if we so desire. It all comes down to choices. The High Priestess card's element is water, Jala, and again it just reflects King of Cups, his feet in the water, and he's just stable, his emotions are stabilized. It also deals again with Pisces, a dual nakshatra, a dual zodiac sign. It deals with Lord Brahma to create, and that we use the moon as a barrier, as a filter. So where is the moon positioned, and how are we going to deal with what is in our minds and filter our minds of the secrets that we hold or that are given to us or that are yet to come? This is the focus of the High Priestess. We have arrived in the material world in this tarot spread aligned to the Patra. And here we have the Seven of Wands in the Earth position. And it tells us that how are we going to cope with everyday life? And I mean, the Seven of Wands is about coping. It is telling us that, listen, we will deal with all the obstacles that are in our way. We will take care of all the calamities that may visit us or be in front of us for this week. We will deal with it bravely and courageously so that we can stand in victory, that we can be victorious and successful, fighting for your corner, not letting anybody take you out of where you're supposed to be, that you will meet the challenges and opposition and enemies and rivalry with courage, that you are going to face them bravely. And again, this is what coping is all about. It is understanding where your enemies are and dealing with them, and death will bring an end to something that you need to bring an end to, be it positive or negative. The Knight of Swords sits in the position of water in terms of exploring your emotions. And remember, the foundation of this is the King of Cups. We need to explore our emotions to understand why we are not the King of Cups or why we are the King of Cups. We need to work steadily, and because the issue with the Knight of Swords is that you have courage, you have bravery, but you rush too much. You are not patient. You don't think logically, or in terms of planning. You just rush into the situation because sometimes your emotions get the better of you. So that let's be the King of Cups. Let's understand that we need to sit back, have a drink, put our feet in the water, have the breeze in the outside, cool ourselves, and give us that calm and that confidence that we need to say, hey, the problem or the issue is still going to be there. The wealth that I want is still going to be there. So let me not rush. Let me take my time and understand and stabilize my emotions. Okay, what are the strategies we are thinking about to get our goals that we are looking for this week? We are letting our strategies be reflective of our past. This is the Six of Cups. Yes, we are happy, we are in a family, there is no battle or conflict around us. But at the end of the day, the challenges that we have come from the past. Right? It comes from our emotional past. It comes from what we have created in the past. Did we create enmity? Did we create a scenario of doing the right thing at the right time because it's the right thing to do? Or did we create another scenario where our enemies are now flooding us with their strategies and goals for us? Let us think about that. And again, this is the Six of Cups is about letting go of your past. You know, it is the shape shifter. The tiger's eye is the crystal for this card. Mars is the crystal, is the graha for this card. And Mars is all about fighting. And remember, Mars is weak right now in Leo. And again, Leo comes up with Mars and Leo. But in this card, the zodiac sign that is being focused upon is Scorpio. And Scorpio is the natural eighth house of secrets, of unexpected, of transformation, of change. So this is what this is about. Yes, we are happy at this point in time, but in the future, are we going to continue to be happy because we are still holding on to the past and the past strategies that may or may not have worked for us? Think about that. The final card in this spread is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is all about ego, a struggle with your ego. You are exhausted at this point in time. You have lifted your hands in victory, but what have you left behind? What have you not acknowledged? You have not acknowledged that the struggle to get here was great, was hazardous, was putting a mental stress and strain on you. You know, now you stand with your hands in victory. You stand around the fire and the warmth, but you are by yourself. You are lonely. You know, you are exhausted trying to prove that you know best, that you have done the work. Instead, be flexible, listen, cooperate. And this is where the King of Cups comes in again, you know. Don't rush. Don't rush like the Six of Cups in the past. Don't rush like the Knight of Swords. Take your time to listen, to cooperate with others, to form a network, to understand that you need to communicate. You're not a loner. You don't want to be a loner. You can't do it all by yourself. Because even if you don't acknowledge that you didn't do it by yourself because of your ego, the facts remain. You did not do it by yourself. You can't. So in terms of the creative force and will and ambition that you have, you know, you and your present situation, you need people around you, and people come with their baggage, good or bad. So that emotional stability, you have that thinking and planning that you have to do, that sitting down and understanding, don't rush. This is what you have to do and understand about your present situation. Take a breath, take your time, enjoy what is around you and who is with you. The Queen of Wands was that card that just flew out of the pack while I was shuffling for the tetractys spread. And the Queen of Wands is all about positive creativity. You know, you have the passion, you have the drive, you are powerful, you are capable. This is a strong vision for you, that you have efficiency, you have vision, you are confident, your self-esteem and self-worth are all high. So that this is probably part of the foundation with the King of Cups that you are looking at, so that you can have that foundation, you can have that stability, you can have that passion, because you are strong, you can deal with anything and with anyone. And in terms of the Queen of Wands, I will use it as a supplement to the King of Cups in this reading, because it came out just before I drew the card for the foundation, which is the King of Cups, so that it supplements the King of Cups. It supplements the emotions, that we have that passion, we have that fire, we have that creativity to do what we are required to do and get results. This is where the Queen of Wands fell in the tarot spread for this week. Pluto is the planet or the graha that we need to focus on for this week, because this is where the energies are coming to us. And right now Pluto is in Capricorn at 1 degree. And Pluto in Capricorn, or Pluto itself, deals with regeneration, rebirth. It is the planet of power. It is the god of the underworld. And we deal with things that are transformational, things that need to be changed. We understand that it is a planet of obsession, of resurrection. It is a power struggle, you know, and Pluto has as its fixed star right now Speculum. And Speculum is that half man, half animal that holds a bow and arrow. And you know, I spoke about the bow and arrow in this and other readings, that when you pull back that bow and arrow and aim, you know, the target and the impact of that arrow hitting you can be really great. And this is where Pluto is right now. Pluto is in that fixed star in a retrograde position in Capricorn, and Capricorn deals with governance, it deals with institutions, you know, it deals with structure and stability. And what did the card tell us? The King of Cups tell us that we have to have stability and structure to our emotions. We need to be or become the King of Cups. And Pluto right now is telling us that that is the structure we need, because our actions and karma will bring devastation if we do not bring a change or bring an end to what we have to bring an end to. Pluto has that message for us. Bittersweet. What brings about this emotion? We are celebrating, yet we are not celebrating. How do we do that? It's because there, to my mind, is guilt. There's a conscience that is bothering us, that we didn't do the right thing in the right way at the right time. You know, we did otherwise. Did we make the correct choice? Did we speak to the correct persons? Did we let go? Or did we hold on to a past that we didn't want to let go of? Do we want to struggle with our ego, or do we want to become friends with persons? Are we going to strengthen our circle, or are we going to let go of that circle? Your position and your ascendant will give us an idea as to where those bittersweet feelings will come from in terms of Capricorn and Pluto. You know, what house is Capricorn for you? What bhava does it represent? Are your bittersweet feelings about governance, about work, or is it about family? Because the King of Cups wants you to focus on family and family matters, you know, in terms of where we go forward from here. This is what we need to focus on. So what are we bittersweet about? Which house are we bittersweet about? Let us find out in your chart by you requesting a report. The element of water just underscores all the emotions that are happening for us this week, you know. How do we treat with emotions? Why do we need emotional stability? Why do we need emotional support from others? Why do we need to use our emotions to forge ahead? Or why do we need to let go of our emotions so that we can concentrate on the goals of the present and not the goals of the past? That we can form new strategies through the Ace of Cups, have new beginnings, through death, have an end to something that needs to come to an end. Water here as the element underscores the King of Cups and the other cards that I've analyzed and given a summary of up to this point for this tarot reading. The energies that are surrounding the tarot reading is really forceful this week in that, I spoke about networking, I spoke about family and those around you, your community, your network of friends. And this is exactly what the 11th house is. It's your associations, your circle of friends. You're doing it for the future because you need to have that support. You need to have that foundational supplement given to you through your associations, be it family, friends, or even enemies, because your enemies will tell you what you have done right or have done wrong or what you need to do. So that the 11th house speaks about the income and gains that you can have from friends, from technology, from communication. And this speaks about, the sign Aquarius, that non-conformist, so that we may not do things in the traditional way. We may do things in the way that needs to be done for us, because we are unique. We are not everybody else. Each person has their own way of dealing with issues based on their kundali, based on their chart, based on the aspects and conjunctions of the planets when you were born. So that your 11th house may not be Aquarius. So that you need to find out, but this is still the message coming to you, that the 11th house is where you need to be focused on. That is where the energies are coming to you for the King of Cups to become free to express emotions, free to enjoy life, free to put his foot in the water, free to sit on his throne after he has made his success and achievements to himself and to others known. This is the 11th house for this week. Shri Radha is the deity for this week. And the message from the divine is that he wants us to love, not hate. He wants us to form unions, because Radha is the wife of Lord Krishna. And their love was something in the mythology of Hinduism that lives on to this day. And at the end of the day, this is a message from the divine. Whatever we have to do, let it be surrounded by love, not hate. Let it be surrounded by us wanting to create a union, wanting to create a network, wanting to create support. Let us create love for this week. And here we come back to the Kundali for this week. And the Kundali for this week really focuses on Pluto in Capricorn, Neptune in Purva Bhadrapada in Aquarius, and Moon in Pisces. And remember, Moon Pisces is the zodiac sign that is ruled by Neptune in accordance with astrology. And Neptune here is depicted in the King of Cups in the trident that he's holding while he's sitting in the on the throne and with his feet in the water, so that our mental issues in terms of our emotional tangent for this week sits with Neptune, and it is so much aligned. We spoke about Neptune and being the god of the sea or god of the oceans. We spoke about Pluto as the card and the energies that is happening in Capricorn right now. And Uttara Ashada is that nakshatra that gives us victory, but a later victory. So let us understand the alignment that is happening, and it is happening with the slow moving planets, except for obviously Moon, who moves every 2.5 days. But Neptune and Pluto moves like every 14 or 30 years, depending on which one we're dealing with. So that these are long standing planets that are generational. One generation, if you're feeling it now and you would have a child or have a child that will grow into teenage or adulthood in the next 20 years, then this Pluto and Neptune would also affect them, because the placement doesn't move. So this is what we talk about in terms of impact and how our world is guided and can focus on our issues and present situation right now, but it also impacts future generations, because these planets are slow moving. Saturn is also slow moving. It takes 30 years for Saturn to circle the entire zodiac. Jupiter takes 12 years to circle in the entire zodiac. Ketu and Rahu spends 1.5 years in each sign. So that these are the slow moving planets that have an impact on what we are doing for this week beginning August. 26th, and we have to understand that the future is here, and what we do now is going to impact our future. The King of Cups is telling us stabilize our emotions and enjoy life. Ace of Cups is telling us, you know, we have new beginnings. We need to let go of our ego. The Six of Cups is telling us let go of the past. Death is telling us something is coming to an end. Let it end, because new things are on the horizon. Renewal and rebirth is here for us. So let us think about what we are going to do this week and how we are going to do it. It will impact our future. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end. I ask that you subscribe, that you like, that you sign up, that you share my videos so that we can both grow and learn. I always thank you and Bhagwan for bringing me to this point in my life that I can share with you and transfer knowledge. Thank you so much for visiting, for viewing and listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.